Sewell with the pressure from inside. Perry gets away with it. Low throw. Sims is up. He's scooped. Sideline. He's already got one from 76. Give him another. Goodbye, Marcus Sims. 66-yard touchdown for the Mountaineers.
Gotta make a miss. Gotta make a miss and go school, man.
I knew there was a problem here. If you don't make that tackle right there on the perimeter, if you're number 2, Jeremiah Johnson, he is off to the races.
Gone.
Gone. I heard him.
So that's 66 right there.
Okay, that was Marcus Sims. Was it a great breakaway run, or were there just too many missed tackles on the play?
Well, you gotta. It's a great breakaway run, but you gotta make a miss. You gotta pick up your feet.
Miss.
Yeah, you gotta cut back against the grain. But it looked like he had a 76-yarder the week before.
He did.
Looks like he can run a little bit. Cowboys might want to take a look at that.
You think so?
Man, dudes like this need opportunity.
Yeah.
This is why this league is so great, because you get an opportunity
I agree.
to get that exposure and be able to see a dude like this. Now, somebody sitting in their office right now watching us is looking at this and saying,
I agree.
why don't you go down the hallway and talk to,
Take a chance on this.
Now, here's the one from last week on a 76-yard strike.
Yeah.
That dude just stopped.
So I remember Marcus Sims from West Virginia when he played against my Oklahoma Sooners, and he timed 4.4 coming out of college. He's one of those guys.
He looks like he can run, though.
That's what I'm saying. With a football under his arm, he looks faster than 4.4.
Why he not in the NFL?
Man, they miss all the time.
Yeah.
They miss all the time.
They miss all the time.
I can take that dude right now and put him on a 53-man roster, and he'd probably be one of my top 3 receivers. I could put him in position to make plays. I could do all sorts of stuff. But when they fall in love with you in the NFL, man, they don't care about nobody else. They won't even look at nobody else. Even though that dude, you know how many sorry dudes are playing on Sundays that shouldn't be in the league?
Yeah.
And guys like this that's in the UFL should actually get a shot?
Yeah.
Tons of them. But for whatever reason, scouts, general managers, and coaches, they'll look at a guy and they just, I don't really like that guy. What do you mean you don't like that guy?
Yep.
You can play.
But they don't. It's a long conversation, trust me.
Well, this is a great stage for the Marcus Sims of the world. And by the way, we've got 3 UFL games on Fox and FS1.
Cowboys
2 Saturday, 1 Sunday. Well, we got Lil Turpin, who was the MVP of the league out of the USFL as a receiver. So
yeah, because the Dallas Cowboys said he can play, we can use him.
Absolutely.
When other teams probably looked at him was like, I don't like him, he's too small.
Cowboys can use a lot of people right now.
Don't tell Skip that again.
Don't get me started. All right, back to business, because we got 14 Colorado Buffalo football players have entered the transfer portal this week. But our man Deion Sanders said he wasn't at all worried about it. Deion said, I think we got some starting caliber players coming in for visits pretty soon. We can attract those type of players. I don't think we're losing those type of players, and if we do, we're good. We are good. We're making a big deal out of nothing.
Big deal out of nothing.
Deion also said, have some faith in me. So, Keyshawn, are you completely unconcerned about this development?
About people transferring?
Yeah.
No, because most of the dudes that's transferring can't play.
Yeah.
They can't play, or they can't withstand the pressure of Deion Sanders.
There you go.
And so that's what happens when you look. Look, man. Guys that can play, and I said this last year, Skip, last season, guys that can play, they don't transfer because they're playing. They're getting ready to get to the real bag.
That's not true.
What you mean?
I mean, people who can play transfer.
No. Guys that can play.
Let's not look at football.
They're on the. No, I'm talking about for Colorado, for any of these schools. When you can play, and you on the field.
There are rare exceptions to that.
Rare.
It's because of the NIL.
By the way, I was going to say this.
What's my girl out of LSU, the point guard that had to guard Katie?
She transferred.
I'm not talking.
Bronny?
I'm not talking about basketball. I'm just talking about specifically to football, Paul.
All right, football.
That's it.
All right.
When guys are on the team and they are starters, and they have an NFL future, they don't transfer for NIL money. They just don't. Because, one, the school that you at gonna make sure you secure with your bag and the NIL money. Secondly, you almost this close to going to the next level. The only reason why you transfer is because you are not on the field, you can't play, okay? You may be good enough to play somewhere else, or you don't want to play for that particular coach like a Deion. So therefore you say, I got to get out of here. This is too much. I can't handle this pressure. That's what happens. Now you go and you find diamonds in the rough in the transfer portal like he's been able to do.
Yeah.
You try to dust them off, clean them up, teach them how to become professionals because they know what they're getting ready to get into by going to Prime or any other school. Yeah. But his school is not the only school that is going through this cycle every single time.
Because it's Deion.
I can look. It's because it's Deion. USC, we probably got 20 dudes in the portal right now.
Yeah.
Okay, and other schools, Alabama's and Texas's, guys are gonna leave.
All the backups.
All the backups, and most of them are leaving because the money is probably greater at those other schools, and more money you're gonna probably make once you graduate and go take a job because you're probably not playing on Sunday.
They were all high school stars, and they can't win a job at Alabama, and all of a sudden they say, well, I'm going to go to West Virginia or whatever, right? Just a quick point of order. Our quarterback last year at Oklahoma was pretty good. Dylan Gabriel had been there for a couple of years, and I think he got the Phil Knight bag to go to Oregon.
But if you're Dylan Gabriel from Oklahoma and you've done a tremendous job, I hate to say it, Skip, he's going to make more money at Oregon than he is his post-professional career.
I understand. I got you.
That's just...
Plus, we recruited the top recruit in the country in Jackson Arnold, and it's his turn now.
So you probably should leave Oklahoma and go to Oregon because your NFL future is not looking all that bright.
Okay, so obviously the world is waiting for Deion to fail. Everybody's on the edge of their seat. Is he going to fall on his face? No, he's not. And it's a bad look that all of a sudden you had 14 in 1 week. It feels like a mass exodus. But the only one I was concerned about...
How is it a bad look?
Oh, because it's 14 and it's Deion. And it's like, why would anybody leave Deion?
But again, I can point to the University of Tennessee. I don't have it, but I can guarantee you there's guys leaving Tennessee and Florida State.
Deion. Okay, the only one that concerned me, and I hated it because Deion hated it, was Cormani McClain because he was the top corner recruit in the country. And he clashed with Deion because he's a kid and he doesn't get it. And Deion said, you don't get it. And he called him out for his lack of work ethic and missing class and late to practice. And you can't, that's not how professionals do it, as you know.
And I'm trying to teach you how to be a professional.
And Deion talked about it yesterday, and it just tore his heart out that the kid finally said, I'm going to go elsewhere. You better be careful because the grass is not always greener somewhere else. And maybe somebody will coddle you and let you do whatever you want. And where's that? Is it going to get you to the next level? I think not, because you were only being taught by the best to ever do it by far at that position.
But that right there is youth. That's the youth side of things. And the inner circle in which you're hanging with and who you're hanging with and the people that's guiding you, not telling you you need to sit tight. You're not Travis Hunter just yet.
He's not.
But you could be.
Do you remember the week we were there in Boulder, he had just benched it, or he wouldn't even let him suit up? I think he had...
Well, one of the prerequisites, as Paul know, number one, no smoking no damn weed, even if it is legal, okay? Number two, go to class, okay? Number three, show up in meetings on time, weight lifted, all those sort of things. If you do that, I promise you good.
I don't care how great you were. You had to show up on time, or Bill Parcells would say, I'm sorry.
All day long.
Right.
5 minutes early.
Yeah, 5 minutes early.
Yeah, I was always one of the first dudes in the room. And not because of Bill, that's just how John Robinson, my college coach, and that's how things were. Remember, he was a college national championship coach, became a professional coach with the Rams.
I knew
brought that professionalism back to USC.
He did.
And I learned from there. But if you take care of business and you do what you're supposed to do, you're going to get every opportunity in the world to get the money.
Yeah, Cormani should have stayed and just learned his lesson and toughed it out. He would have been better off. But, you know, look, I laughed at this story last night because all Deion knows is he's got his son, he's got Travis Hunter, and he's got his other son on defense. He good, right?
He good. He should be good. I trust.
Got a line now.
Hey. You got a line now.
He got a line now.
It was his first year in Power 5 conference coming from the HBCU. Deion and them was in they was in every game except the Oregon game.
Well, there are two. Washington State.
Yeah, Washington. But Shedeur was. I don't even think Shedeur played in that game, right? Washington State game. I don't think he played in that. It was the last game of the year. I don't think he played in that game, but I could be wrong. It's my memory.
It was the only one where they got shellacked. You know, they got.
But every single game, to my memory, outside of the Oregon game, they was in literally every game. They blew a 20-something point lead at halftime against Stanford.
God.
You know, so I'm not worried about Deion. I'm not worried about none of that.
Hey, they had a great year. All things considered, they had a great year.
And a fun year for the first time. And now he's made some changes on his staff. He's got guys in there. He got rid of some coaches. Some coaches left. Some coaches came. Just like players.
Hey, I'm on record.
He's going to find some people to replace those in the transfer portal anyway. I mean, he created, we all know that I was able to stand on the sidelines and watch the game at USC. We were all there. And he's created a cult following there. I mean, it was recruits there, it was celebrity roles, and he created something. It was like something I swear I've never seen this at a college game. Maybe you experienced this. I mean, we talked about this, but Deion is gonna be Deion, and he ain't worried about none of that. He is the most positive person that you can be around through all negativity.
I don't get the kid
he's so optimistic. I don't get it either. You know, but you know, some of these kids, we live in a different climate, so where these kids are baby. They want everything they want. You know, top players. I've had to deal with, you know, in the AAU circuit.
But how could I not listen to Paul Pierce?
Exactly. I've dealt with guys that's, if they don't get their way, they're on the highway.
I just can't.
We just live in that climate now with this new generation.
I'm not listening to Paul Pierce?
Yeah, in the same case. He's not listening to Deion, a guy that plays the same position, a guy who's been to where he wants to get to. Well, he didn't get the opportunity last year. A lot of these people who left didn't get the opportunity last year. And what I'm seeing from these college kids, they think they can go somewhere else and things will be better. You know, and that's just the environment we live in. And it's strange to us because, you know, we didn't play in that. You transfer, you lose a year eligibility.
Yeah, you lose a year eligibility. So you had to almost sit and wait.
So you lose trust in your process is what I see. And it happens every year in a magnitude that's like, it's unbelievable and it's hurting the college game, I believe.
Yeah. I'm on record. I believe Shedeur will be better than Caleb Williams. Ultimately better in pro football, and he's going to have a great year this year.
Well, he's going to be the Cowboys quarterback. Deion might be the head coach.
Maybe. I'm waiting. I just need one more year of Mike McCarthy. And by the way, that corner/receiver that he has, Travis Hunter could be the closest thing to Deion we've seen since Deion, once he hits the next level.
Yeah.
And Shiloh isn't chopped liver over on defense either. And by the way, Shiloh and Shedeur have been on social media recruiting the portal, so they got a bunch of.
I wouldn't be shocked if they're in their final 12 though this year.
Yeah, for sure. Well, he said they will be, and I believe him. All right, we got to talk Knicks. We got to talk Sixers. The Knicks should win this, but we think the Sixers will.